Yo, what's good, my people? I definitely wanted to come back on today and just basically say I told you so. I was and good morning. And before I get that, I want to get shout out to my cousin people who I love. Thank you. Rest in peace, Ball and Paradise. Uh, see you soon, late cuzzo. Cousin Pee Wee. Shout out to my cousin Shab, lost his wife. But and Malik, my cousin Malik and his wife who got what happened. Well, I'll talk on another time. But I just wanted to say, I told you not to trust these Democrats fully. I was reading an article last night, and CPS CEO Janice Jackson was telling teachers that if you don't report to the classroom by February 1st, you will be fired. This is crazy. Lady, how are you going to fire somebody in a pandemic who does not want to show up in a building that might increase their likelihood of getting COVID? But see, remember, when Trump wanted to do this, these Democrats, Chicago was calling Trump crazy. But do you know, soon as the election ended, soon, these guys flipped their entire script. Obama popped up out of nowhere with a book. It's like Janice Jackson trying to force the teachers back into schools. Force teachers back into schools. They're talking about they want to give us these vaccines first. I don't know why you are so loyal to them when all they feel that you don't really stand for nothing. That's why like Janice Jackson. See, I was watching Dr. Barbara Sizemore, Chicago legend, and she said, "Oh man, who are these? We always cheering some black person in a position, but who put that black person there?" And like I say, Janice Jackson was put up there by Rahm Emanuel. And then you got people out here talking about Rahm Emanuel, welcome back to Congress and all that stuff. Black people, you better wake up. You got to be able to decipher those conscious, normal black people than those who have been brainwashed by these Europeans and take these job titles super serious and they don't even know their history. Janice Jackson was posting an article talking about some black and brown kids are more behind than anybody. Let's be real, Janice. First of all, we are the black and brown kids, us so-called black people who come all these complexions. But we gonna be behind as soon as the school open up. We're gonna be put behind. We have been put behind by these schools since they opened these schools. That's why Dr. College G. Woodson wrote the book, The Miseducation of the Negro. Where you think we was getting the miseducation at, Miss Janice Jackson? And like I say, Lori Lightfoot, she just showed you. We roll with her, but let me state the facts to people across the United States. More black people really voted for, like I said, as we Moors. Let me get that right, because Moors are nationality. I don't want nobody to get confused as I'm saying black. We are Moors, we the Asiatics. During the last mayor election, more black people really voted for Willie Wilson. And then when the runout, Willie Wilson had most of the black wards in Chicago. He had more than Tony Periwinkle and Lori Lightfoot combined. Then Lori Lightfoot, it seems like, went to holler at him, got his votes, and he feel like she just got rid of him after she won. But once again, I keep saying that you got people who never grew up in Chicago running and controlling Chicago. Lori Lightfoot is not no born bred Chicago person. Even if you weren't born here, you went here as 4 years old. 10 years old, where it really helped shape, your swag. Coming here at 25, 30, it ain't the same. Trust me, it is not the same, right? And Look, she just popped up out of nowhere with Laquan McDonald, and she kept Rahm Emanuel. Janet Jackson came in with Rahm Emanuel, and so like I said, like people are saying, they keep talking about how it affects the black community. This so-called thing they got going on with this pandemic, but yeah, you haven't seen any new hospitals be built. Like you saw, you haven't seen any new technology be flooded into our neighborhoods. You haven't seen nothing. Only thing they talking about is giving us this new, what you call it when they drop it next year. Somebody they want us to be the first to take it. And that's why it's so important for so-called, black people, Moorish people, Asiatics, Israelites, to remember that you are the mothers, not only you the mothers and fathers of medicine and surgery, that you mastered it pre-enslavement and colonization. Let me say that again. It's important for so-called black people, Aborigines, indigenous people, Moorish, Asiatic, Israelites, so-called African American people, to remember that before enslavement and colonization, you have mastered medicine and surgery, and also you are the mothers and fathers of medicine and surgery. Because that's like with Janet Jackson, and she said, put the thing up. Oh, were you behind? According to this article, I don't know who she got that from, but how far behind are we when these schools have been open for a couple centuries now? When we integrated, we were put behind. So whether the school's open or not, we're gonna be put behind until we realize that we are the Moors who brought Europe out of its intellectual dark ages. You're not teaching that in school, so you saying that we're gonna be behind is not real. It sounds like somebody that's handling you is pressing you, because we do know that these curriculums are bought by people like Goldman Sachs. These are not even really school curriculum. These are stuff that y'all buy packages from Europeans and get them to teach our children this nonsense. So for you to say, oh, they're behind, and okay, well, are they being taught that we the Moors who brought Europe out of intellectual darkness? Then, oh, they gonna miss out on that? Oh, they gonna miss out on the fact that we are the indigenous Americans. The curriculum long for that, huh? Wait, oh no, they gonna miss out being taught how the European Greeks came to Kemet to get their formal education. So they gotta get that. We want them to miss that. Are they really getting that, Miss Janice Jackson, Miss Lori Lightfoot? Of course not, man. You don't even have it. That's why I just made a video about President Obama. You people like Obama, Janet Jackson, Lori Lightfoot, you have to quit talking to people like we're not stupid. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. You are too. And maybe you need to act like that and start having conversations like that. Because we ain't feeling you with the Negro talk. With the talk that our progress lies on us finding ways for Europeans to embrace us. Why? We taught them. We brought them soaps and baths and libraries. Why we gotta give us back our stuff and the knowledge that we are the ones that brought you out your intellectual dark ages. But Lori Lightfoot, Obama, Janet Jackson, these people are not with that. I was supposed to see to you, but I hope they even bring some of that. I know I got good friends like Miss Lawson. My mom, some other teachers I know that do teach real history, but I done heard stories about once so-called Black History Month over, the teachers are right back to teaching the European curriculum. So this is showing you that. See, College Woodson said the most educated Negro in these schools are going to damage our communities, and so you got these people who are so wholeheartedly, want to appease these colonist Europeans, while selling out their whole community because they calling you this and that, And you gotta wake up, Janice. First of all, like they saying, I done volunteered in these schools. I helped my good friend Miss Lawson at the Black Chicago Museum at places like Stag and I visit other spots. But we even listen, man, them schools are torn up for the flow up, as far as compared to their counterparts of the European colonist schools. They don't got computers. They don't got AC, heating and cooling. They still got, 1990, 80, 70 structure. if not older than that. And now you tell them that, and now you're telling them that, you feel like the schools are clean, and it looks bad on you, Janice. It's like you closing down everything, but let the kids go back to school. I think first of all you need to check yourself. What I mean by that is like I reiterated first, for you even talk about all this, the kids and the parents, and do you know your history, Janice? Because you don't seem to know it. For you to post articles talking about we behind, no, we are a thousand. We are 1,000 years ahead of these Europeans, low key. That's why they have to suppress information, because that was thousands of millions of years that they never even existed on this planet. They didn't even exist. And so sometimes we'll say, oh, they got a 500-year leg up. Yeah, and this is something that we have embraced, which is not even ours. But on the global level, man, we are millennia ahead of these people. What's messing us up is really going into their schools and being dumbed down with stuff like Columbus discovered America, United States Foundation was ideas for the people. No. Be honest. Also, it's the Treaty of Friendship and Peace of 1787 between the Moors, us Moors, and the United States going to be taught to our children in these CPS schools, Janice, if they're getting so behind. Huh? I can't hear you yet. Are you gonna say that we Moors as you talk about how we behind on TV and you go to these radio stations? You see, that's what I'm trying to. That's why these kids don't listen to y'all, because when people like me or other people who taught me come out and they start showing the kids about Kemet, Moorish Spain, this is America, Asia, Australia, the kids are realizing what they got in school was straight hogwash. And so for you to like rush people into a school and you can't even get the curriculum together to empower the youth. Woo! I was just thinking, I'm like, man, they going so hard. It's like Lori Lightfoot is going to be a one-term mayor. And that goes for me to say, too, that's why my pick was the principal guy, Troy LaRiviere. Because in Chicago, you definitely have an educational problem. You see, when you got these Democrats, that's my friend, Chicago was cold in the morning. We ain't like LA and Houston down there. You got to turn that furnace on. But when you claim to be someone's ally, that means you're for all the stuff. So you got Democrats out here, claiming to be better than Trump, but as soon as they realized Trump was out, they start acting just like Trump. Biden went and got Emmanuel. You got them, now they push you in the schools in Chicago. Like somebody said the other day, Nancy Pelosi told the truth that she really held up the $1.8 trillion that we could have got with $400 unemployment, $1,200 checks. She held that deal Trump had on the table before voting, just the whole Biden win. Now it's looking bleak that you might even get a stimulus. They might pass something this week, but how could she say, hey, I'm not gonna do 1.8, but I'll do 900 billion? Something's not right here. Somebody is playing you like a fool, and you just got to realize it. And so, I guess I saw the article. I said, whoa, Janice Jackson's like, if you just tell somebody, oh, you're going to be fired. How, you going to fire somebody? During a pandemic? Especially, a so-called black teacher? This is crazy. It's like you're creating an unnecessary extra problem. And I'll be real, my OG is a teacher. I got other teacher friends. Some may be with it, some may not. But just as the optics of you saying, hey, we will fire you, take your livelihood away from you if you don't come in. That's crazy. It's bogus. It's showing you that once again, just like when we was talking about Obama, people, they said show up with Sean King lost 1,000 followers. Yeah, that's cool, but Sean King, you lost 100,000 followers because you were pushing, and I love the brother what he does what he does. But when you're pushing a non-violent act all the time, You always want us to be non-violent. The people who follow you are kind of followable. Some people probably left you Obama. Some people are left you because you go all non-violence. Don't just equate it to Obama. You gotta get what I'm saying? Because, brother, we have to be honest with these kids. You've been to Kemet, Sean King. You seen the big giant statues. I got your picture. I saw you post with your family. Become what you know. It's going to be a class whether you don't believe it or not. Whether you fight it or not, it's going to be a clash, because you can't take someone's history, steal it, the artifacts, things that they built, and put it for your wealth growing apparatus. You know, Chicago Art Institute. I mean, the Chicago Art Institute, the Oriental Museum in Hyde Park. You can't take someone's history and culture, put it in a museum, get billions off of it, and then act like one day they won't clash with you about that. There's going to be a clash. Whether it's this generation, it's coming, because the disrespect is out of hand. And then the game of you placing Negroes that you know went wholeheartedly through your schools. I'm talking to these Europeans now, colonists. And thinking that, oh yeah, listen to what he say, we gonna trust them. That era is over with. History was a lie. How you guys are claiming that the Greeks or the Europe came out of their dark ages because they got reacquainted with the Greeks, as I reiterated many times on my show. The Greeks in their books, the Euro Greeks, said they came and learned from us Africans. They got dark ages by learning from us. So the game has to stop. I'm sorry, Europeans. What you tried to do to suppress history, it didn't work. Thousands of many people are catching on to a history every day. Now you still got brainwashed coons. That's like I saw some brainwashed coons like, oh, open the schools up. I'm telling black people, make them cut that check, man. But it just goes to show you. I told you, do not fully trust these Democrats. That's why they had to make Trump look so bad to you on the media. They made him look worse than he even really was. That way, when the Democrats came and no Vaselines you, my people, you would think, well, as you're on the poll and they no Vaselines you, you would say to yourself, well, at least it ain't, Trump. And so I just, hope y'all get it together. I proclaim your nationality. Like I said, we are the indigenous people here. This is our land. Even when the Sabo came here, the people were darker than him. Some had straight hair, some had locks. And so, like I said, I make a lot of this stuff for the future generations, because, like I say, when Janet Jackson really posted the thing like, "Oh, they're behind," and it's a hustle. They're behind even going to this. Matter of fact, our whole neighborhoods are messed up because we integrated into these schools. Europeans don't have a history of teaching us, Janice. And then you'd let somebody say, well, they're going to fall behind. Fall behind what? On the lies and the mockery? Okay, show me what you're teaching them. Let us parents and people in the community look at the curriculum, Janice. And let's say, and I gotta be real. When I hear them say that they can't believe she decided to open the schools without the help, that stuff is crazy, sister. You don't do that here. I don't know, family. That's even at a job. Any other job. You include the workers and the boss. And you talking about something that's dealing with people's lives and people's kids. I don't know what's going on with you and Lori Lightfoot, but I'm telling you, the people have been talking. Whoa, that's what I'm saying. You see Obama getting it. I think Obama has to be very careful, because right now you are the first so-called black president. But what's gonna happen when there are 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 black presidents? What's gonna happen then when it's what's gonna happen? When you're not the only voice to look for, as far as when you got Republican black presidents, Green Party black. What are you gonna do, Obama, as you are getting your hustle on right now? That's why you need to be very careful. You need to reel yourself back and come back to your grassroots. I think you should have came back to your grassroots as soon as you left the presidency. You said you was a community activist. It doesn't seem like it. Matter of fact, where are the people that you was community activists then with, doing the stuff with, and how come you haven't promoted them into a higher platform? And if you show us a bunch of Europeans, like I say, that's not community activists for us. We can't keep doing it, Obama. So like I say, so I'm not sending any love, any disrespect or malice. I'm just being honest with these people. This is Chicago, this is America. We are indigenous people. You gotta quit lying, talking about we behind Europeans. We are not behind. The behindness come from us going into their schools and being taught that Columbus discovered America. The behindness is the Barbary Wars being ripped out of the United States educational curriculum in our schools while Europeans are getting taught this history. Not knowing that we had a war with them in the 1700s, 1800s, and they signed a treaty for peace with us. And they have hid that in schools. That's what behind this is, Janice. Like I said, we got Moors, proclaim your nationality. I'm getting ready to drop my new video, J. Pillar to the Madison, some other videos coming out too. And so I just definitely wanted to touch on that. I just couldn't, I stopped reading how she was going hard. I'm like, this lady's crazy. Like, you don't threaten nobody. Even if you just have somebody come back, you don't say, if you don't come back, you're going to get fired. You know what our community is dealing with? Some people who work there go home to their grandmas or their old parents. You gonna tell them they don't come to work? You gonna fire them? That like I said, but hey, I told y'all, don't trust it. I told you that, cause you gotta start realizing. I'm gonna tell you something you gotta start doing. When you see a politician, a black politician up there, so-called Asiatic politician, black politician, right? Start deciphering. Who are they for us or are they for their political party? Barack Obama's for the Democrats more than anybody. That guy Daniel Cameron, who did Breonna Taylor wrong, he's for the Republicans more than anybody. Either one of them are not for us. They're just giving us it in a different way. Now, Harold Washington, from what I heard, he was putting that work in. Adam Clayton Powell, for I heard, he was doing more for us than he was a Democrat. And so that's something I want to teach the future generations, or just give you a jewel to look at. But yeah, I just have to speak on that because, like I say, it's crazy. And if you say we behind, knowing you're not for to teach the Moorish history, the ancient Kemetic history, the indigenous American history, you need to stop it. And like I said, with you being a Rahm Emanuel appointee, when you got articles about Mayor Daley being a racist, which we all knew, his daddy was a racist. Some people feel like Harold Washington was killed. See, in Chicago, black people who really have sense, we don't fall for it. You got Negroes out here brainwashed gangbanging. Why they gangbanging? Because reality, low key, part of it is because they're going to some of these schools and they're being taught that they have no value. Ain't no kid that know. You don't see no ancient Kemetics out here doing drive-bys. No Moorish American doing drive-bys. Nobody know that Indigenous American doing drive-bys and killing. These are the people who went inside these schools and were taught a devaluous, a shipless history, a goalless history. Or they've been watching TV and they taught they wasn't nothing but gangbangs and thugs. That's not the conscious people who realized that they were brainwashed. So you talk about Chicago violence connected back to the educational system and the racism. Because remember, Chicago is the most segregated plantation, right, in the United States. And remember, America is a continent, not a country. And Janice, Miss Janice Jackson, are you for the call America a country or a continent? As you talk about our kids being behind. I'm here to fight for the future generations. This is your boy Jay Pella. We winning, baby.